Hello again. So I made my original video with some incorrect information, but I need to address that video because the stuff that is still in that video that is not pertaining to what the orange shirts directly comes from is the only part that's incorrect. My experiences, other people's experiences, and who to contact is still correct. So what was incorrect was that this group was put together by the city of Minneapolis. The group is technically from the neighborhood, and I'm sorry if this lighting is weird. This is the best I can do. And other neighborhoods like MinneapolUS, otherwise known as the Orange Shirts, is a big group apparently. And what I said was it's put together by the city of Minneapolis. They are directly under the Office of Violence Prevention, which gets funding from the city of Minneapolis. So I looked it up, and the Office of Violence Prevention, led by Sasha Cotton, does not have a direct contact. So you would either contact 311 and hope they forward your information to the Office of Violence Prevention, or you can contact your council member or all the council members, or you can do both. But the fact of the matter still stands that everything I said in the previous video, basically, and then some, because something has happened since then. That video was after the events of what happened at the Wednesday protest at the 5th Precinct and the Friday protest at where the Popeyes Chicken used to be. So I went back to George Floyd Square on Monday for the Indigenous Peoples Day celebration, and I had a sign that I have taken 2 pictures of that I will post separately, because there's the original sign and there's the new sign, and both of those things are relevant. So I was there since a little bit before 4, and I had my sign the whole time. And at about 7, 10 people from the Chicago and 38th MinneapolUS Orange Shirts group confronted me about my sign. You see this? This is all I got. This isn't edited. I'm 5'4". I am 100-something pounds. 10 of them felt like it was appropriate to approach me about my sign, and they were nowhere near friendly about it. I felt threatened. I don't care what the intent was. The impact was, I felt threatened. One of them was being particularly aggressive, but I know how to set my boundaries. And this group is unarmed. They're supposed to not be about violence. So when I set my boundary, that was the end of it with that person. But a different person talked to me later, and I don't know whether or not this person would be comfortable with being named, so I will not name this person. And it was a whole lot of the same of what I said in the previous video. It was a whole lot of trying to clear their name as a person, like I'm attacking their individual character, when that wasn't the case. I don't care if you've been to prison. I don't care how old you are. I don't care about any of that stuff. As I've mentioned before, I'm from Louisiana, prison capital of the whole entire world. The United States imprisons more people than anyone else in the world. Louisiana imprisons more people than anywhere else in the United States. I shit you not, prison capital of the entire world. If this is really about where you're going from where you were, you shouldn't be throwing the identity politics of being, of your past life in people's faces as to why they should respect you or handle you a certain type of way or anything like that. Well, with some exceptions, everybody deserves to be treated with dignity and respect, and it's a shame that we live in a country that doesn't think that, which is probably where some of this identity politics is coming from, because, you know, our steeped punishment culture. But that had nothing to do with what was going on here. My sign said MinneapolUS, aka the Orange Shirts, was put together by Minneapolis City Council. If you have any issues with them, contact your council member. According to the Orange Shirts, that was the wrong information. The Orange Shirts were put together by the Office of Violence Prevention, specifically. But that funding comes from the city of Minneapolis. They delegate where all this money goes, and that money went to them. So still contact your council member, and this video is intended to also be shown to city council. So I understand this group is unarmed, as I've mentioned before, and they're supposed to be violence prevention. I totally understand that. Still extremely inappropriate how they handle their issues. And they want people to talk to them directly if they have issues. Who wants to talk to you when you're threatening like that? Who wants to talk to you when you feel comfortable rolling up 10 people deep on this? This little seaweed person that is like nothing compared to even one of you. That's bullshit. I'm not here for that. And I'm going to say what I want where I want. And if I'm wrong, that's fine. I'm not married to any information. I can be wrong and I can correct myself. I can be corrected. But that was a poor display of poor sportsmanship. And I'm using sportsmanship correctly. Take a negotiation skills class. But where else am I going with this? Oh yeah, I do want to continue to say that this does not dissuade me from anything that we will be doing, anything that anyone will do to move away from policing and eventually police abolition. We lived in a world before police, and we will live in a world after police, and it won't take human extinction to get there. It will take stuff like this to get there. I am all about the model that's going on here, and we definitely need to expand on it. We need more of it. Let's get every group of different people for sex workers, people for gang members and former gang members, preventing people from joining gangs, dignity and treatment for pedophiles, a proper rehabilitation system for sex offenders and child molesters in the event that they can be rehabilitated. All that. Let's get all that. Let's move away from police and prisons. Or prisons at least as we know them, because dangerous people will still need to be removed from society. But we can take this idea, MinneapolUS, the Orange Shirts, we can take this idea back to the drawing board. Because this group of people and how they handle things, and I'm speaking of them individually, that is inappropriate. That is unacceptable. I'm sure I'll have more encounters with them. I'm going to keep things documented. And of course there were witnesses. This happened outside. I don't know who would be willing to speak on it, but there were a lot of eyes on this situation. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope it wasn't too long, but I wanted to get everything in there. And have a great evening.